I welcome you all to today's CPE program on legal framework of NPOs and FCRA's new regulations. And for that, we have our distinguished speaker, CA Venkateswarlu Ravulapalli sir with us. So I request Venkateswarlu Ravulu sir to kindly occupy the dais. So before we officially begin the session, I request the members to rise up for our ICAI motto song.
य एष सुप्तेषु जाग्रति य एष सुप्तेषु जाग्रति कामं 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 कामपुरुषो पुरुषो निर्मिमाणः निर्मिमाणः तदेव शुक्रं तद्ब्रह्मा तदेवामृतमुच्यते तस्मिन् लोकः शतः सर्वे तदूनात्यति कश्चन एतद्वैता 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 एतद्वैता.
Thank you. Before we get into the session, I would like to give a short brief of our speaker, CA Venkateswarlu Ravulapalli sir. He is a BCom graduate and a fellow member of ICAI, and he's been a senior partner in Ravulapalli & Co. Hyderabad, and he's been practicing since 1997. He is also certified professional in international taxation course, concurrent audit course, forensic accounting and fraud detection course, valuation course, and non-profit organization course conducted by ICAI, New Delhi. He was a tutor for BCom and MCom taxation subject for a couple of years. He has presented paper on non-governmental institutions in Telangana, Andhra Pradesh, Tamil Nadu, and Karnataka branches of ICAI. He was a resource person to the Institute of ICAI, New Delhi. On behalf of SIRC of ICAI, we welcome you to today's program, sir. And to appreciate his time for being here with us today, I request CA Rajkumar sir to kindly present the memento to our speaker. Thank you, sir. I now invite CA Venkateswarlu Ravulapalli sir to kindly take up the session.
Good evening to all my professional colleagues. So indeed it is a pleasure for me to present before you today the most important topic which always gives us a confusion, which is in NPOs and as well as FCRA compliances. I am presenting on this dais after almost close to 6 years. I came in 2019, several times before that in fact, okay. After that, after COVID, there's some challenges. I couldn't make any CP seminars. So I am happy to back to Chennai, where I studied my the final course. So each and every reading hall, all the library, everything is known to me very well. And it's a nice place. It is not that I am here, I am just telling, but I can say that Chennai gave me a life. When I was doing my final, I worked with Mr. Ravichandran. So I am not sure how many of you are aware of it. In Adayar, I worked with him. So I did articles from Hyderabad, but when I was doing my final, I shifted to Chennai. I worked with him for about 1.5 to 2 years, then back to Hyderabad. So 1997, I started my practice. And a couple of our SIRC branches have presented a paper on this NPO sector only. Whatever experience I have it, I'll share it with you. The chairman asked me to present on FCRA and the compliances, but my thought is like, unless and until you know the NPO, the basic, the structure of NPO, how to create NPOs, and what are the compliances and what are the rules and regulations involved in that. So I think it is not fair on going to the FCRA compliances. So I'll deal in detail with regard to that FCRA. Is it okay? Am I audible to all of you comfortably? Okay, right. Now coming to this NPOs, the not-for-profit organizations. As you all aware, so there are 3 ways you can create an NPO. You know, any young boy from this side, can you tell me what do you have a knowledge on this NPO creation? About you? Make little interactive. Okay. Yes. No idea? Okay, I am happy to share. Okay, no problem. So one is, I'll try to come from the good, better and best, the way of creation of an NPO. So why I am telling good, better and best? This relates to FCRA formation, FCRA regulation point of view. The good is creating a trust under Indian Trust Act, which is very, very closely, even 2 people can form, or a wife and husband also can form a trust, and the objects will be minimal and coverage also will be minimal. So that is a number 1. The second one is a society. It is governed under Societies Act, where a minimum of 7 people are required to form the society. So in that you can divide as a president, secretary, treasurer, a joint secretary, and rest will be executive body members. Next, coming to the most important thing, probably I don't know whether Tamil Nadu is following it or not, Section 8 company. In terms of eyes of the government, the most important creation of NPO is Section 8 company. It will have a broader areas where you can operate. Under Section 8, you can operate very widely, and it is recognized under Ministry of Home Affairs very well, and you can also invite many more foreign currency donations through the Section 8 company. Why? Because the confidence level of Section 8 company, what it has, it may not gain that same level of confidence of a trust or a society. So that is why I said good, better and best. Now let's go to the formation structure. As I mentioned, trust is governed under Trust Act, and it can form into with 2 people only, and there is a deed we can write, is a trust deed that has to be executed on a stamp paper. And a society, it is governed under Society Registration Act, minimum 7 people, two documents we have to prepare. One is the bylaws and other is rules and regulations. Under bylaws, here you will mention what are the objects what the society is going to handle. And coming to the rules and regulations, what is your body role and responsibilities, and what are the functions of each and every member? That is mentioned in the rule and regulations. Section 8 company, governed under Companies Act 2013, and minimum of 2 directors. So it is memorandum of association and articles of association like any other private limited company. Similarly, but only thing is when you are drafting MOA, you should clearly study first. Why? Because this is filed online through SPICE forms. Take a first one draft print, verify whether all the conditions which are applicable to get registered under 12A or even FCRA, whether those conditions are meeting this particular MOA or not, that we need to ensure before forming the company. As you are all aware, the meaning of charitable purpose, we have 7 limbs actually. All 6 limbs are very straight, and only the last limb there are certain limitations are applicable to the last limb. That I'll deal that particular limitation what it is in the coming slides. The purpose you know very well. The object is the promotion of commerce, art, science, education, research, social welfare, religion, charity, environment protection, and similar objective. So you may get a doubt, any religion temple, like a Hindu temple, it is permitted only under 12A. But Hindu temples are not given any ATG recognition. In that way, all religious institutions are eligible to get registered under 12A or 12AB, whatever it is, the latest thing. And ATG is not given permission for that. There must be one mandatory clause which you are supposed to include in the either MOA or a deed or rules and regulations, clearly stating that the profits earned will be applied only towards promoting the objectives of the NPO, and it will not be distributed as dividend and not as distribution of profits among the members of the organization. So that condition must be there as a mandatory in any of this document. So as I mentioned, Section 8 company, it is digitally formed by filing SPICE forms under Section 8. So what are the latest amendments with regard to the NPOs what we have created? Under the Income Tax Act, there are a few amendments which we have to understand. So today you have formed an organization, whether it is a society, trust or Section 8 company. Till yesterday, you need not do any activity, but still you can, once you get a PAN number and open a bank account, straight away we can go and apply for 12A registration. So the registration what is granting is, it's a provisional registration which is valid for 3 years. Now as per the latest amendment, if any organization starts its activity, they need not go for that provisional registration process. Once activity is commenced, you can straight away go and file for a permanent registration which is valid for 5 years. there is no perpetual concept of registration. It is once in 5 years it has to be renewed. So there are certain sections which are matched, like TDS, compliance of TDS provisions, and earlier we used to have a section 1023C also. So that is also now it is not separately considered. Those are all merged in the latest amended act. Coming to the accumulation, so we might have heard that form number 9A or form number 10. So we must understand the difference between what is form number 9A and what is form number 10. Say for example, if you are following as per the income and expenditure as a base to arrive the spending of 85% of expenditure, there are certain accrued incomes which you really not received during that particular year, but you are going to receive in the next year. Then you file form number 9A. That next year whenever you receive, you are supposed to spend that money. So that is the intention of filing form number 9A. And coming to form number 10, whenever you are not meeting that basic condition of 85% of expenditure, whatever donations are you received during the year, to accumulate further, that is next 5 years, you have to file form number 10. You can spend that money within 5 years, anytime, even first year you can spend, second year also you can spend, but suppose you have not spent that money even after 5th year, it is straight away liable for tax under maximum marginal rate, which is now 30%. There is one more condition which is given very clearly to the Trust Act. It should have a condition irrevocable clause. Earlier it was not that mandatory, but as per the latest Amendment Act, you are supposed to mention that irrevocable clause within the framework of your trust deed. Is it clear now so far? I think you might have heard Darpan registration under Niti Aayog. May I know why it is actually, why that particular registration is needed? So what is the reason behind in making compulsory Darpan registration? Anybody can throw some light? Now the government wants to arrest the kind of money laundering which are happening through this NGOs or NPOs, you name it, okay. So to arrest that, they have taken this particular compulsory registration under Darpan, under Niti Aayog. Every donation and every contribution are monitored very closely by the central government. So that is the purpose behind of making it compulsory, this Darpan registration. And we also know that to arrive a beneficial ownership, so 15% as a maximum 15% is allowed to arrive any. If anyone is getting more than 50% share in that, then they will be considered as a beneficial ownership. Whenever you open a bank accounts, and definitely the banker will insist on whoever is having a more share beyond 15%, they have to give their KYC declaration apart from the one who is the members, who are members or directors of the organizations. NPOs must provide additional details including name of all trustees and certified copy of documents to reporting entities like banks for verification. So wherever there is a beneficial ownership is there. Now, what are the limitations as per the latest amended norms applicable to the NPOs? So first one is a financial limitation, that is no distribution of profits, as I said earlier. Neither a member, a director or whoever is, they are not supposed to take any undue advantage by forming an NPO, and whatever surplus, whatever incomes are received, it is to be used only for the objects of the organization. I said in the beginning, there is a seventh limb of, that is a general public utility limb. Now, commercial activity, the limitation where the organization is running any trade, commerce or a business, the total receipt should not be more than 20% of the organization total receipts. This is applicable only for the seventh limb, not for other limbs, what was given in the definition. And mandatory application, that 85% of income earned that need to spend. Whenever you are filing, say for example, you are filing ITR, there it will ask total receipts and how much you have spent. So if 85% is not met, then what is the date you filed form number 10? It will ask you the acknowledgement and date of filing also. Commercial business activity, sir. To say for example, you are getting donations, you are running the activity is different. So you have started some business in that. Say like nowadays most of them are showing mission activity or handhold, what is that, candle making, or even we will have bhojan, no, that what you call platters and all that. So those things now they started as an activity, and whatever the surplus generating, so that they wanted to use for the, that such income should not exceed more than 20% of the total receipts of the organization. This is the condition which is applicable only for the last seventh limb, not for other limbs. Yes. Okay. I'll do one thing, sir. Let me finish it, then I'll come back to you. Why? Because most of the things are covered in my presentation. If anything is left over, I am here happy to clarify. Yeah.
We have some doubts. We can ask him.
Okay.
Now the words, two words are used.
Okay.
One is the receipts, another is the income, total income.
Ah. Okay.
Last will be, both of them are totally different. One is the receipts, another word is used is income.
Yeah. Sir, all receipts may not be income.
Yes.
Do you agree with me?
Yes, sir. The activities from commercial activities, you say 20%.
Yes. Commercial activity, that is,
The commercial activity.
yeah.
At the end of the day, it yields only 1 lakh.
Okay.
But the receipt from the commercial activity is very large.
Okay.
Because net is the income.
Okay.
But the receipt is going to be very large because it's inclusive of all the expenditure what is done that income.
Okay. So your objective is running a business. In that case, probably you may lose that exemption for that.
It does not affect receipt.
Okay.
50% of
I'll just take a little example, sir, where I am doing my one of my client. So they have the this one pharmacy. There's a pharmacy is there, and there are donations from different parts of the country. In this context, I wanted to clarify to you, the pharmacy is what I am running a business. My surplus from that pharmacy, I wanted to use for the objects of my entity. Donation, say for example, if I am getting a larger amount, and whereas my surplus is from the commercial activity is less than 20% of my total donations, then it is fine. If it is exceeding, that is only general public utility limb it is applicable, not for other limbs where education, medical relief, yoga and all there, it is not applicable for that. It is only for the seventh limb, we call it as a residuary limb. This particular limitation is there, not for others.
Sir, the point is, from the medical pharmacy what you run, supposing you have 1 crore turnover from there,
Okay.
that's it. It is certainly more than 20% of its total income.
Income, sir.
Because total income is a concept is after the 1 crore, you may have got only 1 lakh as an income.
That's what I am saying. I am talking about that 1 lakh.
Then,
Yes.
no, then which case total receipts, what the word receipts used, the receipt from such account.
Here it is not exceeding 20% of the NPO's total income for that year.
Now, should I read that receipt as net income from the source?
Yes, yes. It is net income from that particular activity.
In which case,
Okay?
then should we not have a word either saying that
Okay.
receipt from the activity or something like that?
So the charity hospital is running a pharmacy.
Okay.
It is deemed to be incidental to the object, not of the business.
Charity hospital? Okay. Where the donations will come?
So donation will come to the
Okay.
hospital.
For the hospital.
Okay. How much donations you will get? Just take a rough number.
No, the other speakers have clarified
Okay.
that the charity hospital is running a pharmacy.
Huh.
It is incidental to the main object.
It is incidental to the main object. What is the profit element out of it? You are doing their business. You are doing a business, and for doing that,
Charity hospital running a pharmacy.
you need a GST registration, sir, for that. You need a GST. That means you are doing a trading.
Well, GST is there. For pharmacy, it's naturally we have to take GST.
Yes, that means a commercial activity. That is. Ah.
But it is the main, charity hospital is the main object.
I do understand, sir. You are running this as a part of incidental to attain the main objective. So this is comes under not seventh limb. So this rule is, this condition doesn't apply there. Wherever it is general public utility, the limb, this limitation is applicable, but not for other limbs. No, it is not under the seventh limb, sir. No, I'll just read out all the 7 limbs to you, sir. Relief of the poor, education, medical relief, yoga, preservation of environment, preservation of monuments. All these 6 limbs, this condition doesn't apply. This condition apply only for the object of general public utility. That's it. That's why in the beginning itself, my presentation I said I will discuss about the 7th limb at a later stage. So we should not get confused, like what you are telling is a medical institution. This condition doesn't apply that. Yes. Yes, sir, 100%. Yeah. Sir, if NPO engages in activities in the nature of a trade, commerce or business, the receipt from such activities.
So let us assume that
Yes.
receipt is 10 crore.
Okay.
Okay.
This is net income, sir.
So
Yes.
let us assume for the NPO the net income is only 1 crore.
1 crore.
But the commercial activity is 10 crore received.
The,
Receipt
yeah.
on the top and the bottom income will.
It is the 20% is in income, sir. I am just clarifying it to you. It is an income.
Sir, 20% of the income means.
Yes. Suppose my turnover in his case is 10 crores, sir. My net surplus is only 1 crore. So 1 crore, that value, how much it is when compared with my total income? My other income, say for example, 10 crores. Here I got only 1 crore. So that is less than 20%. So this is what is the basic understanding here. Okay. Okay.
This misunderstanding will not.
Okay. It is just read it as income, sir. That is net surplus.
Looking at surplus.
Yes, net surplus. Yeah.
You are looking at the total gross receipt of the.
No, it is net surplus. We'll replace that. Okay. Thank you. Now another limitation is like you are not supposed to engage into any political activity, and especially those who are registered under exemption status, and there are organizations where they are receiving foreign funds. Earlier you can do left and right to whomever you want, you can transfer FCRA funds, but now there is a very clear restriction. You are not supposed to transfer even a single rupee to any other organization, even if that particular organization is also registered under FCRA, electoral bond. So almost all political parties received that funds.
So it is part of the gross receipt.
Yes. Okay. Then there is another limitation. Administrative expenses should not exceed more than 20%. So what do you say that administrative expenses here? Suppose any organization, in general, what we consider as payment of rent, payment of salaries to staff, electricity bill, telephone bill, and audit expenses, auditor's remuneration generally will be considered as a administrative cost. Here, we have to see whether that 20% is really admin cost. Say for example, we have opened one, we have taken one shop for a rent to do our activity in a particular village. That is part and parcel of my activity cost. That particular place premises rent doesn't come under admin cost. My head office, where my registered office rent, those are covered under administration cost. So this is a very, we have to understand what need to be considered as admin cost, what we have to prepare while preparing a schedule for making that what is expenditure relates to the organization, what is expenditure relates to the activity, and what is administration cost. We have to, as an auditors, we have to make it very clear. Why? Because this is very important while filling up the forms.
Administrative expense is
20%,
25%.
yeah.
5% will be disallowed or entire.
Sir, it is disallowed, and that is only to that extent. It is disallowed and taxed at MMR rate. Right, sir? Then there is another irrevocable clause, as I mentioned earlier. And suppose if you have not meet the statutory compliances like annual filings, annual return, whereas in section 8 with ROC, and IT returns, audit reports, can lead to penalties and cancellation of registration and loss of tax exemption. So this is basically I just wanted to have a word before I go to FCRA presentation. FCRA Act is governed by Ministry of Home Affairs, and what are the organizations are eligible to get registered under FCRA, and what are the routes to get the registration. There are two routes. One is prior permission, the other one is permanent registration. Here also there is a limitation of period. Permanent means it is not a perpetual, it is also valid for 5 years. For filing of prior permission, we do FC3B, and for filing of permanent registration, FC3A. So, when we file FC3B, say for example, if a donor who is sitting in UK or USA, he wants to donate a crore of rupees to an organization working in India, and that 1 crore he has given for a construction of a school building. The period allowed is 2 years, that is 24 months. So there is a condition, very clear condition, that I am giving so much of fund, and the validity period to complete that activity is 2 years. So there is a specific direction is there to use that, and it is very specific. Next year again he wants to give another 1 more crore, again you have to go for prior permission. So as many number of times if a donor, even the same donor is giving money, you have to consider as a prior permission application. Whereas coming to this permanent registration, once your organization is already established and work for minimum period of 3 years, then you can go for a permanent registration. But there are certain conditions involved here also. If you want to go for permanent registration, 3 years is the time limit, and there is an activity amount what you should have spent is 15 lakhs in during those 3 years time. That too only for the activity, not the entire expenses. Put together 15 lakhs, it doesn't include your admin cost. It is only your activity expenses. Then you are eligible to go for permanent registration. That is also valid for 5 years period. And you will pay at the time of registration for a permanent registration 10,000 rupees, whereas if you are going for a prior permission, 5,000 rupees as a application fee. N number of times you are going for a prior permission, you have to pay 5,000. Sorry? So this is a prior permission, you cannot budge, sir. Activity is different. Activities are different. Donor wise it has to go. No, donor wise. It's a specific, and we have to get that letter and all. Then who are all eligible to go for the FCRA under FC3A? It is an entity registered under Societies Act, Indian Trust Act, and Section 8 company. Must be in existence for minimum of 3 years period. Now I think it's very clear when you want to go for a permanent registration. So how much of period you must be in existence, and what is the activity expenditure limitation also. Must have undertaken the reasonable activity in the chosen field for the benefit of the society. Must have spent 15 lakhs. And the next one is very important thing here. The organization and its key members must not be prohibited from the accepting foreign contribution. So when this will arise is a question. So organization A is there, now there is a new organization B. A member who is already there in the organization A, by due to some reasons, that got blacklisted, that particular organization. The one who is coming into the new organization B as a member, since he is already there in the blacklisted entity, this organization B is also not eligible to get the registration. So many people with their, we can say over smart or whatever it is, they think that okay, my past data doesn't appear anywhere. So it is not the case as such. Even if anybody has attended for the FCRA audits, the kind of questions what they raise, and they will go deeply to verify all the KYCs of the members who are all there in that particular organizations. Not only this organization, they will also check where is this particular lady or gentleman already existed in another organization as a member. So once if they get a doubt, and this organization also will get a, will not.
Blacklisted for what reasons?
Sorry,
They are blacklisted for what reasons? Foreign exchange violation or?
it's a foreign exchange violence, sir. You have taken money. I'll one of my live example I'll tell you where the organization is having FCRA registration. The crores of rupees are coming. What they have done is, two members like president and secretary, there was always in NGOs, especially NPOs, we will see the people, they try to their identity has to come. Before they come, their identity they wanted to establish to the people. What they do it is, who is number one, who is number two. They fight each other. They forget about what organization is supposed to do. So what has happened? They fought together. The documents are kept with somewhere else. It is not available at office. It is the documents are certain documents are not available to the auditors also. They realized after 3 months. By the time the registration, that validity is expired. Now you tell me they have to go for a renewal. So what is the condition for renewal when you are registered, already registered organization under FCRA? You are supposed to file 6 months before the expiry of that validity period. So they have already crossed 3 months time. Expiry is over. It is not that 6 months for that 3 months. Already expiration is already over, and these people are realized only after 3 months from the date of expiry. Now they filed for renewal. Now the main point here it is I wanted to tell you, there are about near about 1 crore of rupees in bank account. Not in the main bank account. They have opened a utilization bank account. Main bank account is in Delhi. Utilization bank account is in Hyderabad, example. Very smartly, what they have understood was, since main bank account is not having any money, so I am not answerable to FCRA. So I can say simply, there is no money in my main FCRA bank account. But whereas in utilization account, that money kept as a fixed deposit. That 1 crore money kept as a fixed deposit. Now the entire story, department since anyway every year we file FC4 returns, in FC4, whether your balances are there in FC4 main bank account or not, you are supposed to take utilization bank balances also into this account. So where we have given utilization bank balances also along with the main bank account balances. So readily they have the information. What they said, they called for an explanation. How much funds left unutilized, the date when that validity is expired. Very smartly they said, we don't have any balances. We are hardly left with 1,000, 2,000 rupees, something like that. But department, they said very clearly, they called for an explanation, they asked them to pay penalty. Penalty class straight away 30% on the whatever the default you have committed. They asked them to pay 30 lakhs. This entire process is run for 3 years. The communication, submission of responses and everything. So by this time, these people have spent that 1 crore whatever is deposited in a utilization bank account, the fixed deposit they have withdrawn and spent for. So now the entire money gone. They don't have money now, and that registration got cancelled. I think I have answered for your query, sir. So these are the 1 or 2 examples what I am trying to tell you. There are many other cases where, suppose you are a member in other organization where that registration got cancelled, validity got cancelled, and wherever you are involved, that impact will come into the other organization also.
So this restriction is for lifelong or for limited period?
Sir, actually earlier they used to suspend for 180 days. So now they have extended up to 360 days. That is for 1 year. So it will come in my schedules.
Persons, they have, in your case itself, the persons have allocated to an utilization account.
Okay.
So they are barred from using that for any other purpose.
Sir, actually,
Does it not give rise to allocation of the funds for the purpose? And on it, unless they have money in the general account, how can they be getting that?
sir, say for example, I'll take one particular date like 30th September, your registration validity is over. Main bank account balance is, say for example, 10,000. That is situated in Delhi. In this particular account, utilization account, I have a 1 crore deposit as on 30th September. You just cannot imagine this money I have already withdrawn from FCRA account, I kept it under a fixed deposit. Originally that money belongs to FCRA account only. Only thing is you have just changed it from one bank account to another bank account. Even utilization account also you are supposed to mention in the form. Sir, it is for your operational convenience you have opened utilization bank account, sir. It is for operational convenience.
Sir,
No, the
when
position
you
is
say
not
operational convenience, I have to ignore that.
Yes.
What I am saying is, if it cannot flow back, it is not a free money.
Sir,
Because it is not free
the-
money, I cannot hold it as an even bank balance in myself.
that bank money, whatever is there in utilization bank, you are not supposed to use that fund once the validity period is expired. So that is the primary concern here. My validity is over on 30th September and my utilization account is having say about a 1 crore fund. I am not supposed to touch that fund. Having known that, you cannot utilize. Here the problem where they have done a mistake, they have misunderstood that because my money is not in the utilization account, it is there in the fixed deposit form. So there was a confusion by the members, they have utilized that money. Now for paying that penalty is they don't have a money, they have already spent. Now their registration got cancelled. This history will be there. Tomorrow, if any one of this member, whoever is already there in this particular organization, these people details are already there with FCRA department. So tomorrow, very smartly, if they want to go and open one more NGO or NPO, so if they become a member, even that particular organization also will affect to that extent.
That is for 1 year.
Yeah.
That's what you said.
Yes. But we don't know, sir, what will happen even after 1 year also. It is the discretionary of the department. You don't have a right to claim that. You have already committed a mistake. There is no provision for condonation, sir. Like our income tax, we have a condonation where a commissioner can give up to 1 year, and beyond 1 year you can just go to the board and all, okay? But you will get it. Whereas in income tax, but not in FCRA. FCRA department after pandemic slept for close to 4 years. I think you know very well that. Now they have become very active, and all these things they are digging now. The main purpose is the whole idea what I understood with the recent whatever Ministry of Home Affairs is doing it, they doesn't want to encourage donations coming from outside. Make in India, that concept. This is what I understood basically, because many organizations have lost their recognition. So I don't know where we are going in that. With that, many NGOs have closed their base. Very few are there, sir. When earlier, before pandemic, there is, say, for example, 1 lakh NGOs. Now you hardly see 5 to 10,000 NGOs. So that is the proportion it has created. They should know why they are doing it. We are a professional, we don't know, but generally what we are thinking is they doesn't want, and that is a concept. Now they bought the CSR concept. Every industry, whoever is making average profits for so and so period, so they have to contribute and support to the at least that local area development or whatever it is. Different governments will take their different stand, and whatever they decide is a final. Nobody else can do anything with that. Okay, now let's go and understand what are the general documents are required to go for the registration under FCRA. Self-certified copy of certification, like societies registration under Societies Act, trust deed, because in trust deed you won't get any registration certificate. The trust deed itself is the document. And section 8 company, there you will get a license also along with the registration. All are self-certified. Okay. Then memorandum of association. Copies of audited financial statements for the last 3 financial years, and it should indicate clearly the activities expenditure is not less than 15 lakhs. And activity report, what are the activities you have taken during that particular year. Like that, 3 years of activity report you are supposed to take it for the registration. Then section 12A registered copy or ATG registration copy. One more important thing is affidavit. The affidavit should state that every member should say, I have not involved in any prohibited activities. They have to give an affidavit. Office bearers, whoever is there in the body. And Aadhaar is a mandatory nowadays. Without Aadhaar, you can't move any application. Here you may raise a question that when an NRI, a foreign national, do you say, can they become a member, sir, in an organization? An NRI or a foreign national, definitely they can also become members of the organization. There is no bar on that. But we have to face certain restrictive scrutinies, I can say, when you are involving an NRI or a foreign national into the body of any organization. Double scrutiny.
Sir, NRI of
Indian origin also, sir. Most of the NRIs may not carry Aadhaar numbers. They can become a members. There is no bar on that.
NRIs are having Aadhaar.
Yeah, they can come. They can be part of the organization. Aadhaar number is required because where they don't have Aadhaar number also they can become a members. But only thing is subject to stringent scrutiny, both from IT side as well as Ministry of Home Affairs, where you are going for FCRA registration. So that is the reason what many of the organizations last 2 years back they've done. They have removed such members from the organization. FCRA was straight away rejected because foreign nationals or NRIs are there in the body. Just only example I am telling you, whatever has happened, okay?
Sir, this non-resident definition
Yeah.
will be different, no? It's not as per the income tax.
NRI, the meaning of NRI is same. It doesn't change. No.
NRI as per the FEMA, I don't think it takes up income tax. Income tax is a factual in nature.
Sir, FEMA is different and FCRA different, sir.
FCRA will take it from income tax only.
Yeah. It's nothing to do with the FEMA. NRIs? NRI holding, they can hold the other. Yeah. Yes. See, one particular key functionary must be an Indian. That is the condition. There is no bar on NRI or a foreign national can be a member. They can be a member, but a key functionary must be an Indian who is residing in India. So that is the condition. Yes. At least one. They say at least one. Yeah. Then there is a high resolution of scanned image of chief functionary signature and round seal of the organization and bank account copy, and that too the bank statement has to be attested by the banker. So go to the now it is completely controlled from State Bank of India, Sansad Marg, New Delhi. That is definitely is going to be our main FCRA bank account. Suppose you may get a doubt how to reach to that particular level. Approach nearest branch. Say for example you are in a Mylapore. Go to Mylapore State Bank of India. First of all, keep all the documents, submit over there, and if they insist to open a bank account, you can open in Mylapore branch. Later you can convert that into utilization bank account. Through them you get the process of getting this FCRA bank account at New Delhi. You just cannot open anywhere else except in New Delhi main branch. They wanted to have a complete control what is coming to India by way of foreign donations. Okay. No. Only foreign funds should come there. Okay. Nothing else. You are not supposed to, just for opening of that account, you may be paying 5,000 or 10,000. Beyond that, nothing. And there is a FCRA portal, fcraonline.nic.in. Log into that, fill the information, and provide complete details of the members, bank account details, the main bank account as well as utilization bank account. Pay 10,000 rupees as a fee, submit the application, and take that particular submitted application acknowledgement print. Now I'll just throw upon what was earlier under FCRA, what are the new amendments under FCRA. Earlier you can open with any bank. Now it is only State Bank of India main branch, Sansad Marg, New Delhi. Could transfer FC funds to other FCRA registrations of earlier. Now it is completely prohibited. FC cannot be transferred to any other organization, even though that particular organization is having FCRA registration. There was a cap, 50% of received towards for administrative expenses earlier. Now it is restricted only to 20% of the FC received during the year as administrative cost. And there was no compulsory condition that everyone need to have an Aadhaar, but now it is mandatory for all office bearers, directors or key functionaries must hold their Aadhaar number. I think so this is answering to you. And the suspension period was earlier 180 days, now they made it as 360 days. So as I said, the validity is only for the 5 years, and renewal application FC3C must be made 6 months before the date of expiry, and annual return, that is FC4, must be submitted on or before December 31st of the preceding financial year. Say now we are in 24-25, the financial is already over, where we have filed our ITRs and other ROC returns and everything. Now the deadline is this 31st December. If at all any organization is having FCRA registration, it is nothing to do with whether you got 100 crore, 10 crore, 1 crore or 0. Everyone need to submit FC4 return before 31st December. Once you have a registration, it is nothing to do with whether you received any foreign donation or not. Nil has to go at least where you have not received anything. Only relaxation is nil report need not be signed by a chartered accountant. FC contribution must be used only for the purpose for which it was received. Okay, and a separate account, FCRA separate account must be there. Say for example, if you buy any asset from the FC funds, you have to maintain a separate register for that. And asset, sometimes we will see when we go for an audit, suppose a Innova car is registered in the name of the president name. He says that I am a president of the organization. The name comes in the registration certificate like this: Mr. Rao, president of so and so. That is not acceptable. It should come the first organization name, then represented by Mr. Rao. Then only it is considered as an asset in the name of the organization. So it is a clear violation. Then first we have to, being auditors, see most of the NPO organizations may not aware of certain things. So it is our role. As long as they inform us that we are thinking of to buy this thing, or we are thinking of buying of the building, we should tell them that, boss, this is how you have to get register the document. We come across many places where the deviation happened like this. Any change in the name, address, bank account, governing body members must be intimated to the Ministry of Home Affairs within 45 days. Earlier it was 60 days, now they made it as a 45 days. So rules are becoming strict day to day. In every, even we are seeing IT department also, there was no so much of scrutiny earlier. So maybe young boys, of course, they are seeing a day to day the latest only. So people like us, we are there in past 3 decades in the practice. So we have see changes in all these acts, either IT Act or there was for a new members, there was no question of renewal of 12A. There was no question of renewal of ATG. Okay. People used to enjoy like anything those kind of benefits. You filed once in 3 years ITRs, once in 5 years ITRs. People used to take it and put it in the record. So all these things have changed. FCRA once received, it was a perpetual, a long back. Now they made it as validity is restricted only to 5 years. And to get a renewal, you are supposed to file before 6 months to the date of renewal. That is, you have to consider the validity is not for 5 years, my validity is only 4.5 years. This is how we have to change ourselves. So we are the one who are the guiding to many of these organizations. Unless we throw some light to the people, so they may not be in a position to really implement in the grounds. Now, coming to the last, that one, FC4 returns. I'll try to deal FC4, what information on hand you need to keep it before filling the FC4. It is online return. Everybody knew that. Before you just open FC4, there are certain documents we must keep it ready on hand. Then only go for the. There is nothing wrong. Even if you fill it 50% or 20% also, it will show as a partially saved application. The data won't go except your bank details. As many times you open FC4 online form, say for example you are coming back again for some information. Next time whenever again you log in, again you have to give the bank details. It will not save automatically. So that is one double exercise what we have to face it. Why? Because most of the times client won't fill the data, we only have to fill the data, FC4 return. To save the time, what we are supposed to keep it on hand is like there is an unutilized last year balances. So that may be in the form of bank balance or a cash balance, and you have to refer the previous year certificate what was given. And next one is what is the current year donations, who are all given the donations. Prepare an Excel sheet, who are all given the donations, the names, their address, their website number, their telephone numbers. I am talking about the donors. And the purpose for which they have given that donation. You prepare one list for that. Then what for they have given? Is it for educational purpose? And is it economical? So that breakup also we need on hand. Then next is, once donations are over, look for the other income, say like bank interest. You have two banks, one is FC main bank account, another is utilization of bank account. That interest also you have to take that breakup. Then your total receipts, opening balance is over, then your total receipts are over. Then next, utilization. Here also we have to do an exercise. Utilization amount what we spend for the activity, you have to identify separately. Utilization what you have spent for administrative cost also, you have to take it separately. Why? Because the form itself will ask you how much is the admin cost. Here say admin cost, for example, you are supposed to incur 20% is the maximum. Say in any particular year, so you have not spent 20%. So only 15% is the admin cost incurred. So what will happen to that difference of 5%? Can you carry forward that? Yes. So the form itself, you can say the difference of 5% I wanted to take it, carry forward to the next year. It is possible, provided you have to fill in that application. It is possible. Say for example, if you have incurred more than 20%, then what will happen? Yes, it is disallowed and it is taxed separately. That is for IT, but even it is disallowed in FCRA. Clear? So this one best thing what they have given us is 20% is just negligible, I can say, admin cost. Whereas it was 50%, now they made it as 20%. But 50% was also very high. Out of 100 rupees, you are taking your part of your salary and rent 50%, and 50% only you are spending. Of course, when compared to government spending, NGO spending 50% is much better. In that way, if you look at, it's okay. They are all.
Sir, supposing
Yeah, sir.
President spends 50% of his salary on activity, his salary can be bifurcated into 50% for the activity and 50% for the administration.
Sir, what is that president role in the organization?
Maybe he is a doctor,
Okay.
and those for the various activities of going to the
Yes.
villages and all these things.
I will take an example, sir. It applies to you, the case what you are referring. A teacher who is the president of the organization, he teaches maths and physics in the same. Do you think he cannot take the salary? Any school, the school is running, the teacher is teaching, as he is also part of the members of the lecturer or teacher. Whatever other teachers are taking it, the similar amount the president also take in the capacity of teacher. There is no bar in that.
So this will not part of administrative cost.
This is not part of administrative cost. Even in SIRC case also, doctor who is a medical institution running, is working as a charity. Suppose if I am calling some other doctor to do the same job, whatever I pay to that particular doctor, being a president of this particular organization, I can also take that as my fees. Yes, arm's length, yes. Arm's length. Yeah.
They are qualified.
Yes, they are qualified. Okay, there is a very clear here. A nil return must be filled even if no funds were received or utilized. So only relaxation is no CS certificate needed for an ill returns. So as I mentioned, due date is 31st December. Example 2024-25, return is 31st December 2025. Say for example you have not filed. The due date is over, you have not filed FC4. The penalty is late fee or non-filing fee can be 1 lakh or 5% of the FC received, whichever is higher. And there is also another risk of suspension or cancellation of FCRA because you are not adhering to the rules and regulations. So that can be done. Sir, if they listen to you, then it is fine, sir. They may condone. But otherwise, in general sense, it is not. It is not. Very rigid, sir. What I have seen, this is the most dangerous department, FCRA department. Earlier, within 24 hours, we used to get the registrations. Submit application today, talk to some section officer over there next day morning. By evening, we used to get the registration certificate. Those days have gone now. So very, very rigid and very stringent. You cannot approach anyone there, sir. You may be a big chartered accountant working in Tamil Nadu, but there is no entry for you also. So that is the style of FCRA department presently working in Delhi. You can't influence. Even minister also sometimes may not be able to communicate them properly. Okay, fund must be received and accounted for through specific FCRA account. So and so, Aadhaar, passport details of all key functionaries. I am talking about the FCRA registration purpose. Required chief functionary, authorized signatory, and mandate to quote all Darpan ID wherever you are going for a FC registration. It is mandatory. Even banks are not opening bank accounts without producing Darpan ID. So as I said, opening balance of what was there earlier, total amount received from foreign source during the year, interest earned, then mandatory, the name, address, country and purpose for every donor, whether donor is institutional donor or individual donor, and breakdown of total funds received based on the purpose, that is educational purpose or social purpose or economic purpose. NRO is it is nothing but in our Indian account, NRO. NRO? Okay. FC donation. Yes. That is direct and indirect. We call it as indirect. That will also come somewhere, I think. Okay. Then
How the institution will be received?
NRO is an ordinary account, sir. That is. But source is from where it is coming. Yeah.
Unless you declare.
Yes, we have to.
This is the money I transfer from my NRE account, NRO account.
Yes. Yeah.
Unless you say so.
Sir, you need a documentation for the donation or contribution, whatever you receive, which is coming from outside. Without the documentation, sir, banker will ask you the minute the money is credited in a bank account. Next day, the bank will call you and ask, sir, so and so money has come from so and so account. What is this nature of this one? You are answerable for that. And for FCRA, whatever grant you are getting it, every grant need a documentation.
Payment, that code is there, no? Code has to be there, otherwise they
No, the money came to FCRA account or no?
FCRA account only. That's what they say.
If it is FCRA account, means it is a foreign donation.
Yeah, that's a
Non-FCRA account, person receives the money like what he sent from an NRO account.
NRO account, that is a domestic donation only, sir. It is not an FCRA donation.
That's where
For a practical purposes, NRO account is nothing but your Indian account. From my Indian bank account to my another Indian bank account, money is coming. I cannot categorize that as a foreign donation. It's my Indian donation only. And it is not going to credit into my FCRA account. It is coming in my regular bank account. So, issue is closed.
But if the donor is a non-resident or foreign,
Sir, money is coming from NRO account, sir. He is maintaining NRO account here. It is not coming from outside. Say, sometimes I tell you, to elaborate this thing. So, son is sitting in US, father is in India. So, here they open an NRO account, father operates account here. That's what I am telling, sir. Many cases, what will happen, father transfer to this particular account, then it is an Indian donation only. Money coming from NRO account to my Indian bank account is not a foreign donation at all.
Sir, in your case,
Yeah.
if the person, the father is going to be a joint account holder in our account,
Yes, yes.
supposing he is going to be a power of attorney holder,
Ah.
then in which case he is operating on behalf of a principal. Suppose this donation whatsoever
Simple, sir. Only one thing I'll tell you. The money is coming from where? Origin of money is coming from where? Indian NRO is an Indian account. I am getting into my another bank account, not my FC account. No, you cannot receive in FC account.
just now,
Yes.
2 minutes back you were talking about directly and indirectly.
Yeah.
So the money received in NRO account is received from
Sir, earlier, I'll tell you why I've used that. Earlier, there were donations which are passing from one bank, one organization to another organization. Even though you are a second recipient, we consider it as a foreign donation. Now that concept is taken away. Earlier, there was even from one FC account to another FC account, where situation was permitted earlier, we still used to consider that as a foreign donation only. We used to fill in the FCRA return that receipt also. Now there is no concept like that.
So directly, indirectly, you will say that about
Yes.
not the NRE transferring his funds to NRO and issuing a donation,
No, sir.
giving a donation.
No.
It is an Indian.
It's Indian money. Pakka Indian money. That is. No, not at all. Okay. 10 BD is there. You report in 10 BD. Clear? So, closing balance, what is total unutilized FC remaining at the end of the year? That is, you have to give a breakup. What is the cash and what is the bank balance and designated FC account? Audited balance sheets, certificate from a chartered accountant, designated FCRA bank account, certified copy, we have to get it from the banker, chief functionary, declaration certificate. So, these are the requirements when you go for FC for filing. So, I have given a very clear flow of how it should be filled up. Okay, I'll just take 2-3 minutes here. Just log into FC portal, fcraonline.nic.in, user ID, password, and there is an access code. Then you go for annual return FC4, fill an application, and it will ask the relevant block year also. Update information on receipts, foreign contributions received in cash and in kind in value, that you have to give it in the value. Also report foreign versus local contributions, other income, purpose-wise receipts, donor-wise receipts, update information relating to utilization, provide utilization details for all projects. It's not a small form where you just fill it just like that, okay? Include administrative and overhead expenses, disclose assets, purchase. In that again you have to give a breakup of what is movable and what is immovable. Then upload donor and foreign contribution information, update donor and foreign contribution information like donor details, report foreign contribution invested in FDRs, fixed deposit receipts, carry forward balance of unutilized administration expenses. So this is the facilities given in the new form. Provide updated FC bank account details and FC utilization account details also. Then upload supporting documents, audited financials, your R&P, income and expenditure balance sheet, bank statements, both main branch as well as utilization bank account, both merge both the balance sheets, both the bank accounts you merge it, and there is a limitation for that 5 MB, 2 MB, the size of the file. Donor and utilization details and CA certificate. This is the most important document, and we also need to be very careful while issuing this CA certificate. Now left and right they are also issuing calling for explanation from chartered accountants wherever you are giving a wrong certification. Digitally sign and submit the return, download and save acknowledgement receipt. If you want to ascertain whether this is submitted or not, again you go back, close this at moment, then again go and log in, then it will display like in the last 2024 financial year you have already submitted your annual return. So with that you can get the confirmation. So with that I am completing the FC4 return, which is the timeline is coming up December 31st, and this process is very, very useful if somebody wants to use this one. It's a very good document for you. Lastly, I wanted to concentrate on one particular subject, that is called fees received from foreign students. Any educational institution, suppose the foreign students they are joining in our educational institution, it is not governed under FCRA regulations. The money will come to your regular bank account, not FC bank account. Why? Because this is treated as service towards costing of goods or services rendered by such person in the ordinary course of his business, trade or commerce, shall be excluded from the definition of foreign contribution. Just to give a clarity, I have just added this one, nothing else. Why? Because it is every country, everywhere, students, that particular country students also, outside students also coming, but it is not governed under FCRA. It is as good as any business transaction. And there is no limit of receiving that money. And anyway, since it is not, FCRA is not dealing with this subject. There is no limit imposed by FCRA on the amount of genuine tuition or related fee that an educational institution can receive from non-resident students. The receipt is not considered as foreign contribution under FCRA, therefore does not require FCRA registration or prior permission. It should be treated as normal business commercial income. To ensure that receipt is seen as a genuine fee and not a disguised contribution, the education institution should maintain a proper commercial documentation. So, they have to give an invoice or bill that is issuing a proper commercial invoice or bill of supply or service fee, that is like tuition fee, hostel fee, a lab fee to the student, and they have to give a non-donation receipt. The receipt should clearly be marked as receipt for a fee, commercial payment, not as a donation receipt. The funds ideally be received in regular non-FCRA bank account. Unless the institution is FCRA registered and receive genuine foreign donations in FCRA account. This is nothing to do with this subject now. Mixing fee income with FCRA donation income is discouraged. If the same education institution receive donation from overseas alumnus, a foreign university or a foreign foundation that is not in exchange for a service, that receipt will be classified as a foreign contribution and will be required an education institute to have a valid FCRA registration or prior permission. So this is what about income receiving from the foreign students. Now,
Research services, will that also be excluded here?
sorry sir,
The institution runs research services.
research. Ah,
And because that also becomes another activity, commercial activity or regular course of business, they are going to get foreign money.
okay.
That will come into FCRA.
No, research in sense of what? Is the objective is the research?
And the institution engaged in research.
Research, okay.
Then the money received is in the regular course of their business as a research activity.
No, that is comes under FCRA again. No, your question, please, can you?
Question is,
Hmm.
where an organization is engaged in research and is selling its end product to customer, like a foreign national is interested in a particular research and he is giving it to the research organization. The research organization is bound to place the results of the research or anything back to the
That-
commercial activity.
It's a business.
Yes.
Yes.
Not being under FCRA.
No, it's a business. Say research institution is getting funds from outside.
And that should be a good program.
Yes. No, it should not be like.
That is what I meant is, you said where it is received as a donation or receipt. So for a fee for a service, not in exchange of a service.
Yes.
So if you make us exchange for a service, then it will not come into this.
That one has to establish, no, sir. That quid pro quo, the
Sorry, the documentation do exist. Because nothing else will be,
yeah.
documentation is a basic activity.
Yes.
If your documentation establishes these research results, he is interested, he wants to know, he wants to have some kind of knowledge on this.
Yes.
It's a fee. So in FCRA is not, but we did not go for FCRA registration.
Yes. Now, I think almost I am done. Whatever doubts, if you wanted to ask me or questions you have it, you can just, I'll answer to you. I think I feel mostly I have covered with regard to NPOs and with regard to FCRA. Still, if any uncleared are there, you please.
For
Yeah.
permanent registration,
Yes.
can I submit any project report?
No need, sir.
Purposes are required.
No need, sir. For FCRA, no need, sir. 3 years activity is enough. But only thing is you have to make it 3 years separately. But anyway, you are going to combine in one PDF and then submit it. Because you don't have so many attachments.
Amount may be disproportionate.
Ah,
Money what is received will be in respect of the future activities.
okay.
Whereas what is done and up to the same, there could be disproportionate between amount received, amount going to receive for the same. Will they not require a project report or something like that?
No need, sir. No need, sir. For a permanent registration, the condition is you have to spend past 3 years 15 lakhs. That too only for an activity purpose. You need not enclose any project report for that.
Company, the organization exists for 3 years.
Yes.
The third year, last month I spent
Last month?
I spent 20.
Okay. Okay.
Still I get
Average, that is 15 lakhs.
given said average. Total
Total 15 lakhs in during the 3 years time. Whether you incur in the first year, you incur in the third year, it doesn't make any.
last month and March I incurred that.
Then it's okay.
Still I get covered.
Yes, yes, yes.
Means I can take over an old organization. Just do that from the last month.
Yes.
Get covered and covered.
Degree is covered. 15 lakhs is. Actually, those money can I receive any foreign contribution?
Those with a prior permission. As I mentioned very clearly, you need to have a prior permission. For each and every receipt, prior permission.
Even for a very small amount of say 1 lakh.
Even you take 10,000 USD, sir, still, or 1,000 USD. Every time you have to file. And it is not worthwhile going for a prior permission unless and until the quantum of receipt is less than 10,000 USD. Because it is not viable. Prior permission also you won't get just if you file today, it will come tomorrow. No. One case, we have received a prior permission after 5 years. Can you imagine? The amount is just 98 lakhs, not even 1 crore. That's the reason I said FCRA department slept for 4 years after pandemic. They are only acting from past close to a year and above. That's it. There is no time limit, sir. Then and there they will send some clarification is required. And they will give you about 30 days time or 15 days time. Then there is no outer timeline for them to respond. But you have an outer timeline to respond. You are penalized if you don't respond. So we need to be careful in the deadlines point of view. Clients were not aware, sir. It is our role, our chartered accountant role plays a very vital role in keeping all these compliances.
Initially, you mentioned that Section 8 company is the best form of.
Most preferred, sir. Most preferred.
Does that mean that the best form of organization is not trusted by FCRA?
It is not so exactly, but in general, no, it is governed by MCA. Section 8 is governed by MCA regulation. And of course, IT is applicable to everyone. Okay, it's a common. So, central government is controlling by that MCA as well as MHA. Whereas other two are almost localized, I can say. So, the most preferred is Section 8. So, that's why I said the good, better, the best. So, best is Section 8 company. You can recommend, sir. I am telling you in a professional way also. It's good to incorporate a Section 8 company where you can take a decent amount of professional fee. Good amount of fee you can charge, sir. That's where we have to use our person going in a visiting card as a director of so and so, rather going as a secretary or a president. That gives a lot of importance. Like your chartered accountant card and a MCOM candidate card, if both go together, you will be given a preference. It's similar to that only. This.
Sir,
Yes.
suppose the trust exists, where the trust, the executive members has to be elected in a period of so much.
You're talking about a trust or a society, sir? Huh? Okay.
If the executive committee has to be selected in every 3 years.
Okay.
Supposing they forget to
They?
forget to file the form required,
Okay.
act also, they forget to file it. What would be the consequences of this?
FCRA, whenever changes happen, you are supposed to intimate.
FCRA requirement you have to anyhow. You can always regularize it,
Sir, what FCRA says is,
sir.
FCRA says is like whenever change happened, you are supposed to intimate within 45 days. That is what is the
You are
requirement.
basically violating the trust deed.
Yes.
Only mandate.
No, sir, inside the document, nobody go and verify, sir.
Yes, sir.
That much is very clear.
Because I have seen it in practice.
Yes.
Nobody goes to the individual entries wise inside they don't.
Yes. Sir, you have opened a bank account. At the time of opening bank account, you will give that trust deed. Do you think the banker will open every year and see whether it is the same members are still in the committee or not? It never happens.
Sir, with the EKYC, even KYC, they have started now asking for updation of the KYC and appearing.
Yes. Whoever are there.
That is being done.
Yes.
But the point is, if the trustee contains a clause, they will be ineligible to operate and take decisions in the day-to-day activities. Even signing of checks, whether he is authorized or not, will also be subject.
We have not given any time limit to pass this particular payment approval only till the 3 years and all. It is never mentioned in our the application what we have given to the our resolution what we have provided to the bank. Nowhere we have mentioned the timelines. Today I am the managing trustee, and I can sign and give it all the resolutions, certified copies, and KYC whoever is presently there in that particular trust or organization, those KYCs I am submitting to the bank. That is more than sufficient.
Sir, your appointment, when under the trustee, your appointment comes to a date.
Yeah.
Then there are, and you don't renew it, you don't do what is called upon you. As such, you should have told us.
Sir, when you go for amendment, that time the registrar may point out on this.
Even renewal itself, renewal of the is by re-election only.
Yeah.
That re-election, unless if it is going to not take place, then you are not authorized to operate as a functionary of the institution itself.
Who will point out, sir, that? Who is going to question you that?
Sir,
Which authority? Which authority is going to point out on that? Only your own members.
when you are giving your constitution papers,
Sir, your own members only can point out that. No other.
then whatever decisions and activities you are undertaking on behalf of the institution
Yes.
are all because you are a managing trustee, you are signing it.
Hmm.
Now, supposing your qualification itself, you have vacated the office.
Yes.
You don't have the right to do that.
So where is recorded I have vacated the office?
You should prove
Unless and until I amend the document, I am still there.
by your own constitution.
Hmm.
You get every 3 years you vacate, and you again by re-election you have to come into that.
So that need to be questioned by my existing members. Nobody else.
This is doctrine, it will not be a doctrine of institution.
When you are violating your trust.
Your own brothers, like those who are there with you in the trust or a society, they only have to raise this question. Nobody else can raise the question.
But if you are violating the condition about it, not this
I
question,
do not agree with you.
No.
I do not agree with you.
No, you show you,
Lot of public funds are involved.
sir. You tell me.
Lot of public funds are involved.
Okay.
Therefore, the person who is has to operate should have the necessary thing.
it is a question of moral.
Yes. He has rightly said it is a question of moral.
Bible is something different. We are talking about legality wise, where a doctrine of indoor management. If you are
Sir, I can re-elect now. Can you stop it? I can re-elect any number of times.
Sir, you can re-elect.
Yes.
Within the
Yes, sir, I can re-elect. Even though I mentioned in the document, I will be retiring by 2025 March, but I can, another 5 years I can re-elect, or another 3 years I can re-elect. That is my internal document, sir.
That re-election should have been filed with the register of business.
Huh?
There is no registrar for trust. You don't have any authority to file any document. Initial registration, that's over.
No, sir,
Amendment you have to
I'll clarify one thing here. Whenever you are changing your members, and say for example, if you are changing your objects, that time you have to file your amended copy. You have to file for
I'm talking about there is no concept of
annual return. Trust is not there, sir.
That's what I'm saying.
Filing of annual documents, annual members is there only in the Societies Act. It's not with the Trust Act.
Amendment to trust
Suppose it was a society, then the same,
Every year, sir, members list need to be filed, and financial statements also need to be filed. If they fail, then register of societies will penalize. They charge you some 100, 200 for the penalty. Like that. Even if you go after 5 years, they calculate from the year 1 and collect the charges. But it is not there in the Trust Act.
violation of the trust will be a doctrine of indoor matter. Nobody can question it. Again, only my members should question it.
Only your members. It is your internal document, sir. You have not given anywhere that
As far as society is concerned, again,
society is concerned also. If members are changed, then you give it.
it is only members who can ask for it, or
But every year you are supposed to file under Societies Act. Latest members as a
there, if supposing this election has to be taken place.
okay.
The election has not taken place. And you continue to operate as chief functionary.
Okay.
Is it allowed?
As a registrar, I assume as a registrar, the existing members are only continuing. Unless and until if somebody raise any complaint to my department, I assume they are continuing.
No other person is bothered. The bank is not.
Even banks not bothered. Banks also not bothered.
As long as
Who knows I have vacated that office? Who knows? Who knew that? First tell me, sir. Okay.
Register for the purpose.
Okay. Now every year they are asking for a KYC. They are asking for a KYC, even including our individual capacity also. The banker is asking us to update our KYC. At that time you have to update your KYC.
There is a bias at all.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So nobody knows is the right thing, sir. It's not the nobody question.
Nobody reads that
Yeah.
basic constitutional document.
No, even if they read also, they may not be able to remember.
Okay, sir.
That's how it is.
Selective amnesia is good at this. So long as it is not penalized.
Yeah. Anything else, please? Managing trustee for FCRA? You have changed a managing trustee? No, you already changed or you will change it? Okay. You can do. Unless and until they have mentioned any timeline there, you can do it. Okay. So that is why I said try to avoid NRIs and foreign nationals in the executive body. Just make them as a members. The controlling chief functionary must be an Indian. Anything else, please? Correct. Admin, there is a separate column, no? There is a separate column. There you mention admin cost. Only activity cost you mention in that. Why? It cannot be so. Sir, FC, try to understand the basic concept of that FC4. You will take the opening balance of unutilized opening current year receipts and current year indirect income, that is the interest income and all. Then whatever you have spent for the activity purpose and whatever you have spent for the administration, there is a cap of 20% and a balance. In your case, say for example 100 rupees is a project where we spent only 80 rupees you mentioned in the project activity and 20 rupees you are mentioning in the admin cost. So that 80 is covered over there and 20 you covered here. Then automatically 100 is matched. Then where is the difference? That is internally you will work out, sir. That exercise you will do internally. I have 3 projects, 3 project activities this much, 3 project my admin cost is this much. But your entire expenditure is not going to change. Your entire expenditure is 100 only. Only thing is you are giving a that breakup you are giving it. Is it that question? Okay. Okay. Including admin comes as a project, no sir? Limitation. Okay. Total will fall tallied. You will get that tallied, no? That you have to take it only in one part. One place only you have to take it. See, the presentation of your expenditure is very clear. Activity expenditure and your admin cost. Say for example, if you have not considered there your admin cost, here you consider. So end of the day, sir, you received 100 rupees, you spend 80 rupees, both put together admin and activity, and 20 rupees is your closing balance. That should match. Yes. There is no project-wise outstanding balance. Okay. So if you are including there means, then don't include it here. That's it. Either one place, either there or here. That's it. Okay. Thank you so much. Yes. Okay. Okay. Is that your question? Sir, date when you are applying for registration, say like 1st December? 1st December? Do you have a valid approval for 12A ATG as on that day? That's it. What do you worry about the future? What you are going to get it? As on date, sir, whenever I am making an application as on date, whatever is the valid certificates I have it, that holds good. Whether I get renewal subsequently or not, that is not a material here. Right? Thank you so much, and I am very happy. I think that you guys have to tell whether.
Thank you very much, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
A very good interactive
Yeah.
session.
No, I wanted to make it like that because see, just simply running through the slides may not sometimes, because this subject is like that. We need to exchange our thoughts, our ideas.
Practice
So-
doesn't go with the lines of
Yes, yes, yes.
beyond that.
Yeah. Nice of you. Thank you so much. And thank you.
Thank you for the enriching session, sir. Also, thanks again for accepting our invitation and sharing your knowledge and time with us. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.